game-tying home run that knotted the game at 7. In case you were wondering, the last time the Yankees won a game after trailing by 5 runs going into the final inning, both of my partners were on that team. July 16th of 2000 against the Phillies. And we thank Stats for that. Now, since 2019, Hicks third down to the last out game tying a go-ahead home run. The others in 19, one at Tampa Bay and one at Minnesota. That's living up to a clutch nickname. And that is it, as Hicks is down looking. No runs to hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Yankees nothing, and the New York Mets coming to bat.
This season is for the fans. Even when the pros went dark, you still found a way to light it up and turn stay at home into home field advantage. Sure, sometimes it was a stretch, but you never lost that spirit of competition. Yeah, you earned this season, fans. So kick up your feet and enjoy. We'll take it from here. Celebrate the return of the Yankees on FanDuel Sportsbook. New users, place your first bet risk-free and get up to $500 back if you don't win.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup, America's best-selling brand. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, lease the 2020 Ford F-150 for just $179 a month for 24 months. See more summer sales event offers at buyfordnow.com.
There he is, 21 years old, and he's making his major league debut. Let's take a look at the Mets starting lineup that he's going to face, and it's brought to you by TikTok. It starts on TikTok. Jeff McNeil in left field leads off. Michael Conforto in right will bat second. Hitting third, first baseman Dominic Smith. J.D. Davis at third base cleans up. Batting fifth, the second baseman Robinson Cano. Pete Alonso, the DH, will bat sixth. Batting seventh, the shortstop Ahmed Rosario. Jake Marisnik, the catcher, will bat eighth. And batting ninth, the catcher Ali Sanchez. Marisnik is in center. And those are the numbers on Deivi Garcia last year.
Yeah, last year on a number of different levels, those 165 strikeouts really jump off the page at you. It comes out to about 13.3 strikeouts per 9 innings last year.
He is ready as McNeil's taken a long time to get into the box. Now he's in there. He wants to start his big league career. Foul ball. Now, Eric Kratz is such a wild spirit. He I don't know if he did it on purpose. He tripped coming out of the dugout to go behind the plate. Remember, we showed you what he did with the Astros a couple of years ago. And then because the place is empty, we could hear what the players are saying. And he just screamed out, "I'm so excited to go play catch with my son." Because Kratz is 40 and Deivi Garcia is 21. Let's see if we can hear it.
Play catch with my son. Oh, sounds of the game are great, huh?
Now, he has caught Deivi Garcia at the alternate site in Scranton, so he knows him well. Slap foul.
Went over this in the game one. McNeil, such a frustrating out. Just continues to foul balls off until you make a mistake, put it in play. Tough guy to start your career with.
Another foul ball. Let's take a look at the Yankee defense presented by Geico. Talkman's in left, Hicks in center, Frazier over and right. In the infield, Urshela, Wade, Estrada, and Boyd. That's third and first. You heard about Kratz behind the plate and Garcia. Up the middle. And the throw, as Voigt kept his foot on the bag. So Wade gets him. One away. Let's check out stats with Lowe's. So he's the third youngest player to play in the big leagues this season. Luis Garcia of the Nationals, the youngest, and Luis Patino of the Padres right behind, and then Davy Garcia, followed by Joe Adell, who had his first home run yesterday for the Angels.
First two. Got a multi-home run game. They kind of been waiting on him.
effort. Nice.
Swing and a miss. Snap throw to first. And Frazier's out. He did not slide. He got tagged by Smith for the first out. Yankees will check it out.
Take a
So
look
will
at
we.
this, obviously. Yeah, see if the tag knocked his foot off the base or if he just got beat.
Huh. I think he's in there. That's a bad call. The Yankees are going to challenge. Didn't even seem like it's close. His toe's there before
Looks
the
like
glove
that
even
left foot.
touches. And the foot never comes off. Instant Replay Challenge is brought to you by your Tri-State Audi dealer. How would the Mets see that and challenge and then lose a challenge? I don't think it's going to be. Well, the Yankees are challenging it. Losing my mind. Yeah. So the Yankees, obviously, it's worth the challenge.
The only thing I can think of from his angle, the first base umpire that is that when Dom Smith put the glove down on the ground, maybe he thought that's when the tag happened, but it didn't.
And they do overturn it. So Frazier remains at first.
You think about how the course of history would have changed if instant replay was around 20 years ago.
You might not have had that championship to celebrate for the Royals.
Yeah, Don Dinkinger comes to mind, who's a great guy and been very accountable about that particular play. But we could go on and on. That's a rabbit hole if you want to go down that one.
Another view shows it clearly. Swing and a miss. Urshela down on strikes. So here's Tauchman. Tauchman scored the first run in Yankee history for a runner that was artificially placed at second base.
Artificially, huh?
Paul, you like that rule or not?
You know what? I was actually looking forward to seeing it, and I don't think that's a rule that will stick. But the 7-inning game I do like. But in 2020, you know what? To start it like that, it does add a little bit of excitement just because of how different it is.
Let's look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow Tea. 77 degrees. Clint Frazier's number, 39% humidity. Wind 8 miles per hour, mostly clear and pleasant. Do you like it, David? Runner at second?
You know, I want to see more of it. Yeah, I mean, this is the year you do try things. You can get away with it. So by all means, let's see what we can do. You know, moving forward, does it last? To Paul's point, I'm not sure, but one thing it does what it's designed to do. And that, you know, you're not going to see the 15, 16, 17 inning games. I think the vast majority of these games will be over pretty quickly. At least maybe that, you know, 1 or 2 extra innings, possibly 3, but more times than not, it's going to be over quickly.
I talked to your former manager, Joe Torre, about it. And he said he actually likes it. He said because it brings you closer to what baseball used to be if they play it the right way. He said, but if it goes on in the future, I'd like it to be maybe in the 14th inning rather than just do it in the 10th inning.
Yeah, that's a qualifier. You can move around, put that just about anywhere you want. 11th inning, 12th inning.
Swing and a miss. Talkman down on strikes. Third strikeout for Lugo. Today, and by the New York Lottery. Get out there. All right, inning number 2 for 21-year-old Davy Garcia. Boy, he is anxiously standing on the rubber, and the Mets are taking their time getting into the box. Now J.D. Davis is ready. Fouled away. Now, Kratz does have experience with Garcia on 6 occasions last year in games with AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre. He caught him 3 starts, 2 regular season relief appearances, and 1 relief appearance in the playoffs. So he knows him very well. And if you're wondering about the age difference, so Kratz is 40 and Garcia is 21. That's the biggest age difference for a Yankee battery since August 30th of 1906 in the second game of a doubleheader against the Senators. The starting pitcher was Cy Barger. He was 21, making his major league debut like Davey. And the catcher was Deacon McGuire, who was 42 years old. He was the backup catcher, and he was in his 22nd season.
It's back when they had wooden teeth, didn't they? Deacon McGuire.
And he's the youngest Yankee pitcher since Phil Hughes in 2007.
1906, Paulie.
What teeth? Well, I tell you what, you can tell what Michael did between the games. He was in the book of the archives, man, going way back.
Swing and a miss. 1 away.
Good life. You know, Kratz wants it down and away, but Garcia just unleashes it, and you can just tell the natural ability on that 4-seam fastball that rides on by.
Boy, he's ready. He's just waiting. Guess we can call him the anti-Traxel.
Well schooled, because if you're going to teach a young pitcher, this is what you want to teach him.
Popped up, shallow left. Talkman makes the play. 2 down. Now, we're starting to see players now, David, that are trained to pitch like this because there's a clock in the minors. And if they could ever get a clock, which I think you're a big proponent of in the majors, we might see more of this. But the younger guys that are coming up, they have to pitch like this.
It's a good point. Now, all of them have made the adjustment rather easily, really, from what I've heard. So there may be some squawking going on if they try to implement it on the big league level, but I think the adjustment can be made.
There's Pete Alonso, the DH.
So what exactly, Coney and Michael, is the time clock? I mean, what is the number of seconds in between pitches?
Fly ball. Left side. And Talkman calls everybody off. We're going to check for you, Paul. So that last out helps us out.
Thank you.
Gives us some time. We go to the third.
High fly left center field. It's hit pretty well. Phillips is going back, looking up. That ball is gone. Jason Castro with a home run. His 13th and the team's 307th.
High into center field. It is out of here. Unbelievable. Mike Yastrzemski.
Well, the emotions he must be feeling right now.
Here's the 0-1. This is going to be a tough play. Bryant, the Cubs win the World Series. It's over. And the Cubs have finally won it all.
This one to the gap. Trey Turner. Another cycle against the Rockies. And this one's at home.
I'm telling you, man, there's some special things going on in the district, folks.
Machado drives this to deep left center field. That ball is back, and that ball is very gone. Manny Machado on his return to Camden Yards takes it out of Camden Yards.
Up steps Bryce Harper.
It is gone! Home run number 200 for Bryce Harper.
Let's go out to Luke Voigt. And boy, did he earn this. He was voted the Montefiore Doing More Player of the Week. 5 for 17, a double, 2 solo home runs, 4 runs scored. And those are the 5 games between the 26th and 29th of this month. Congratulations to Luke Voigt. And we checked it. We wanted to make sure, Paul, the time for the minor leagues between pitches is 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Tyler Wade hits one deep to right field. Going back is Conforto on the track at the wall. See ya! A home run for Wade. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead.
Well, a pleasant surprise for Aaron Boone. Tyler Wade starting to swing the bat a little bit. Just hope that he doesn't get happy with these home runs. I mean, he is such a guy that can use his legs, but a good swing. Good way to get the Yankees on the board.
That's how I got my
right
first.
there.
Yeah, that's how I got my first big league hit, Paul. First pitch fastball started early.
Paul, one quick addendum on that clock in the minors. It's 20 seconds with a runner on base, 15 seconds without a runner on base.
Nice.
Now, I don't understand how you could put a clock on when there's a runner on base. If you're getting close to 20 seconds, you just throw over first. Step off. I mean, there's a runner on.
You can certainly throw over to first base, but at some point, you got to deliver the ball to home. I think the key is just the overall pace. You keep the hitter in the box, you keep the pitcher on the mound, and that kind of has a spillover effect that helps the overall pace of the game improve.
Grounded to short. Rosario gets Estrada. One down.
We call it a pitch clock, Michael and Paul, but it's a hitter's clock too as well. I mean, how many times have we seen hitters step out of the box? They take a pitch, step out, adjust their batting gloves, knock the mud off their spikes. I mean, there's something to be said for, hey, let's go. Like Aaron Judge does it. Stay in the box. If you foul one off, okay. Regroup a little bit and take a big swing and foul it off. But if you're just up there taking pitches and stepping out every time, and you have a little, you used to call Mike Hargrove the human rain delay because he had this little routine that he went through every pitch. He'd step out of the box and redo both his gloves.
Now, here's the rule, because there have to be ramifications to a rule. Umpires will award a ball to the count if pitchers exceed the time limit. If a batter is not in the batter's box or alert to the pitcher with 7 seconds left on the clock, umpires will award a strike to the count. So it does put some heat on the hitters, too.
There's also a pitch clock in college baseball, too, that works almost seamlessly.
And LeMahieu down looking. 4th strikeout for Lugo.
Wow, there's a ball off the outside corner at 96. Not much LeMahieu can do with this. I mean, if you can reach that ball, I mean, he can reach a lot of things, but that ball is on the other batter's box. That's a tough pitch to have called against you with 2 strikes.
I used to get that call in 1989, Paul. Dutch Rennert style.
It was a big difference, though, Coney. You like that call. I used to go ballistic when I had that call.
One and one. Top of the 3rd inning. Yes, top with the Yankees batting because the Mets bat last. This is a makeup game for one of the 3 games that was postponed last week at Citi Field.
One thing Seth Lugo's always been able to do is spin a baseball. One of the highest spinning rates on curveballs in the big leagues. We've always known he's had a good hook. But, since 2018, those numbers tell a story. Beat it into the ground if you make contact.
Boyd steps out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1-0 Yankees on the Wade home run. Swing and a miss. Lugo's 5th strikeout of the game in 3 innings, but the Yankees take the lead. Tyler Wade, he goes yard, just crushes this one to right field, and when it lands, the Yankees have a 1-0 lead.
Masks, sanitizer, safety measures, big props. Oh.
It's going to be a triple. And then he is safe at second base. Goodbye, home run! And he's got the cycle. Jonathan Villar hits for the cycle, becoming the 5th Oriole to do so.
Meek deals. Base hit to right field. Here comes Richardson. Here's the throw from Markakis. Richardson is safe. Derek Jeter, where fantasy becomes reality.
At the wall, up and oh! He caught it! He caught it! Unbelievable catch! Stevie Wilkerson, one of the greatest catches you will ever see.
3rd home run of the game for Mookie Betts.
In the history of baseball, 3 men have done this 6 times. Johnny Mize, Sammy Sosa, and now Mookie Betts.
Unbelievable. Nelson Cruz. There goes another one. He has done it again. His second 3-home run game. The man is on fire.
You have the absolute right guy at the plate in Nolan Arenado.
High fly ball, deep left field. Oh, Rockies winner.
Oh, and by the way, that's a cycle.
Goodbye, Suarez, another record-setting home run. The most home runs ever in a
MLB Rally's new game where fans predict outcomes and compete for cash. Restrictions apply. See rules and enter at MLB.com/QuickPick. Rosario against Garcia as we start the bottom of the 3rd. And there's a strike.
Hey, Michael, I got a little story for you, all right? As
What
we
is
look
this?
at this. Well, you know, you got Coney, you got Meredith, you got everybody to do games with. It gets a little lonely here in Studio 21, so I just want to show you who I do the games with now.
Wow.
You see that? Could it get any better than that? Huh?
Give us a name.
That is Bovey. That is Bovey. My son Andy and his wife Marcy brought Bovey. Just showed up yesterday. Remember the old Lobo song, Me and You and the dog named, let's call him Boo, all right? It's been a lot of fun.
Nice.
You got a little wet mark on your shirt there, Paulie.
I'm glad I'm off camera. Only from you, Coney.
Swing and a miss. Rosario down on strikes. 3rd strikeout for Garcia.
A good view of Davies' curveball that we've heard a lot about. And another look, and you can see the spin. And the key with this is not only is it a big breaker, but it's in the mid to low 70s.
Boy, at that release point, Coney, you really see how that's not a slider. That's that 4-speed, that Uncle Charlie curveball that you don't see a lot in the game right now, but boy, it can really fool a hitter.
You know, we've seen this fastball, sit between 90 and 93, 94 today. And the curveball in the mid 70s really is a big change in velocity. And you see last year, that strikeout rate per 9 was the highest in AA and AAA.
Foul back.
Coney, I don't know much, and you talked about they've done a little bit to set up this crossfire, but you see how he drops his hands and kind of turns, really hides the baseball from the hitter, and it's just so deceptive, especially when you have that big old hook to throw from there.
Strike to Marisnik. As he goes down on strikes, the 4th strikeout for Garcia. This is right down the middle.
Yeah, this is impressive because this was at 94. In the first inning, he was at 90, so he's starting to pick up velocity with his fastball and that good curveball.
Yeah, wheeling and dealing, as you said, kind of showing you his numbers are his back a bit. Looks like he's made some adjustments too, Michael and Paul. You know, when we saw him in the exhibition game before, he was all the way over on the third base side of the rubber. And they've moved him back to the first base side of the rubber. And for a crossfire type style, I think that's the right move. If you really throw across your body like he does, it's really hard to free up your hips if you're all the way on the third base side of the rubber. It's almost like you're pointing towards that TikTok sign. You see there, they've moved him. And that's recently. That's done at the alternative camp or Camp Granada. They did some good work down there.
When they're doing good work at Camp Granada, how could the world be wrong? Okay.
Well, there's summer camp on the right, and there's tonight on the left. So they've done that in that period of time, about a month.
That just frees up everything. Frees up your hips. It allows you to extend much better and reach through the catcher. You know, we actually noted that when we saw him in summer camp here at Yankee Stadium, that he was having trouble kind of getting around the ball, like a hitter that gets around the ball, Paul. Pitchers do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Strike 3. He strikes out the side.
Wow.
And he's starting to feel it. 5 strikeouts for Davy Garcia. We're going to the 4th. 1-0 Yanks.
Glaber, the Oriole killer, his 13th of the year against Baltimore, and I can only imagine what Gary Thorne is saying.
All tied at 4. 2-2 to Gamble. And a swing and a drive into right field. That is down. And in to score is Ryan Braun. And the ball game is over. Brewers win.
It took all 162 games, and now we can finally say it. The St. Louis Cardinals, champions, National League, Central Division.
This ball here, deep left field, stay fair. It is gone. 2-run, walk-off home run, Nolan Arenado. That was a beauty.
Number 400 for Nelson Cruz. He hit his first home run in Minnesota against the Twins. Number 400 in Minnesota for the Minnesota Twins.
And the merry-go-round continues. And a disaster for the Cardinals.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Delta. The Delta Care Standard puts your safety first with enhanced cleaning practices and more room on board by blocking middle seats beyond September. How about our director, John Moore? Delta had it like that. You got the Delta plane, past the Delta sign. Beautiful. Aaron Hicks leads off against Seth Lugo. Yankees lead 1-0. That one is looped into right field. It's a base hit for Hicks. He leads off the 4th with a single. There's Clint Frazier. He singled to right in the second inning. Audi scoreboard 1-0 Yankees. That one, Tyler Wade's home run to lead off the third inning against Lugo. Oh and 2. Strike 3. Frazier down looking. Strikeout number 6 for Lugo.
It's a good looking pitch right here. I mean, he just kind of boxes it up. He hits off the heel of his glove, but that's a strike. The one before might have been low. As you see Clint Frazier kind of, everything's a strike up there, but that was a good pitch.
Swing and a miss by Urshela.
This defense, some pressure on them.
1-1. Take a look at a quick Chevy hitter scouting report on Gio Urshela.
Well, keep it warm. I mean, others kept the spot warm, but Gio's the one now that makes it hot. And the recent slide, maybe to the elbow issues that he's had, 128 batting average over the last 11 games. That's not including his game winner in the first game of this doubleheader. And defense, the eye test, the metrics. You know, we all see Gio play third base, and we're like, wow, this guy is really good defensively, but the metrics sometimes don't quite measure up, and maybe part of that is the sample size. Part of that is maybe some balls to the left that maybe haven't been converted into outs. A lot of different ways to look at it, but watching him play third has really been a joy since he's come over here for the Yankees, regardless of what the defensive metrics say.
Hicks leads off first. One man out, 1-0 Yankees, top of the fourth. Runner goes. Foul away. Yankees have 4 hits. The Mets been 9 up, 9 down over 3 innings against Garcia. Runner goes. Ball 4 as Hicks moves to second and Urshela is at first.
Other than the big comeback that we had in game 1, these are the situations that the Yankees have not been real good with in the past week or so. So Just hope that the emotions kind of change things and some of these big at bats start turning into runs.
So here's Talkman, who struck out in the second inning. First and second, one man out. One and 0. The 1-0. Sanchez doesn't know where it is. Now he finally locates it, but the runners have moved up.
Again, this gives the Yankees an opportunity to steal a run off Larry Vanover, the home plate umpire. Sanchez can't find it. A good read by Sanchez, or by Hicks, to get over to third base.
Looks like me looking for my iPhone this morning, Michael. It was always right there. It was right there the whole time.
Cody, you're painting a lot of pictures. Yesterday, you were rolling out of bed with Mike Ford. Now we're looking for the iPhone. You're struggling, aren't you?
Can't help it.
Infield is in. 3-0 on Talkman. Kratz is on deck. So they put him on first, and that brings up Kratz with the bases loaded and one out.
Well, this is the right thing to do, obviously. Set up the double play, and Talkman heading to first. But, in these situations, Kratz has really put together some good at-bats in the limited time that he's been here with the Yankees.
Pitch outside to Kratz. There's a strike. Shreve getting ready. Remember, Lugo has not been fully stretched out, moving from the bullpen to the starting rotation. 1-1. 2-1. Kratz asked the home plate umpire, I want a new ball that hit the dirt.
Well, those savvy catchers, they know them all. This should be a good pitch. I mean, this is an important pitch for Kratz. Should get a fastball, something that he can put in play. Try to get a run in here.
Three and one, so Lugo's really in trouble. Tyler Wade's on deck. Popped up behind the plate and out of play. So the next pitch will be Lugo's 60th.
Coney, Lugo loves his curveball, and if he's looking to throw it here 2 or 3-2 for a strikeout, or if he's going to go ahead and challenge Kratz and just hope to keep the ball in the infield.
Got a slider in the mid-range, too, that he can feature. If you want to make sure you can get it in the strike zone, you might go with the slider here if you're going to go off speed.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that'll bring up Tyler Wade. Last time up, gave the Yankees a 1-0 lead with a home run. And we'll take a look at the exit velocity on that, presented by Spectrum Mobile. Go to spectrummobile.com today. 99.4 was the exit velo. And it got into the seats. Luis Rojas is going to go to Chasen Shreve with the lefty Wade due up. Bases loaded, 2 out. So Lugo's day is done.
Masks, sanitizer, safety measures, big props. Oh.
Hammers this ball to left, and that's going to be number 40. Way back and long gone. Pete Alonso.
As that breaks the National League rookie record for home runs, number 40.
This one to the gap. Trey Turner. Another cycle against the Rockies. And this one's at home.
I'm telling you, man, there's some special things going on in the district, folks.
Bellinger hits one high and deep. Back it goes. There's number 100 for Cody Bellinger. And the Dodgers lead it 2-1.
And he makes the catch. Bang! Zoom down the fireworks. The National League Championship winning Curly W is in the box.
Dickerson back. Gone! 3-run homer for Bo Bichette. He's the happiest guy in the ballpark right now. Absolutely.
Jonathan Villar brings in 3 on a scorcher. That home run was the 6,106th home run. That is a new major league record for home runs in a season.
Dalton kicks and comes home. The first pitch is hit in the air to right center field. Harper on the run, won't get there. This one's up the alley for a hit. Roldo is now thinking.
New York Yankees separate but together t-shirt campaign benefiting Food Bank for New York City during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's not too late to step up to the plate. Small, medium, and double extra large sizes are still available only at yankees.com/foodbank. So Tyler Wade will face Chasen Shreve. Hit a home run his last time up. But Meredith, you have John Sterling's call.
Tyler Wade made in the shade, Michael.
I like it. I love it that it's locked and loaded. John had it. So here is Wade with a chance to give the Yankees some breathing room. Shreve, former Yankee, signed with the Mets in December. 4 years with the Yankees, 3.92 ERA in 180 games. High fly ball, right field. Conforto puts it away, 1 pitch, and Shreve does the job. No runs a hit, and the bases are left loaded. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. home run Sanchez. That is his 100th career home run. He's the fastest catcher ever to 100 and the second fastest player ever to 100.
It is gone! A new rookie single-season home run king as Pete Alonso moves past Aaron Judge and stands alone with 53 home runs in his rookie season. Holiday is one strike away. The 0-2. A bouncer. Ruiz. In time! Roy Halladay has thrown a no-hitter.
Here's the pitch. Swinging a hard hit ball inside third, base hit down the left field line. Mazzara gets the third. Adrian going to second. He's got a double for 3,000.
Driven into right center field, but Canna looks like he's got a beat on it. No, it's out of here. And Longoria ties it up. That's the way to pick up your 1,000th career RBI. Shohei Ohtani about to throw his first pitch.
23-year-old right-hander. Swing and a miss. What a pitch.
League debut. What's happening here? Good changeup, gets the call down and away. Fastball's got life up in the zone, and here's the curveball. We've heard a lot about that one. It had good action to it. Hides the ball well, wheeling and dealing, and hitting the target with Eric Kratz back there.
37 pitches through 3 innings, 5 strikeouts, has not walked about or has not allowed a base runner on the Audi scoreboard. 1-0 Yankees, top of the order for the Mets against Garcia. Ground ball, base hit through the right side, and that's the first base runner for the Mets. So this is his second time through the order as the Mets get another look. 5 strikeouts tonight, most by a Yankee in a major league debut since Orabu had 9 in July of 1997. There's Michael Conforto, and Garcia will now work out of the stretch.
Hard.
0-1. Much more deliberate out of the stretch. He's not hurrying there. He really came to a set for a long time.
Base runners change everything.
Hard.
1-2.
We haven't seen a lot of those yet, Coney. That changeup kind of missed target. But again, when you don't see a lot of them as a hitter, you're not looking for it.
Swing and a miss. Powered it by Conforto. Strikeout number 6 for Garcia.
I don't know if this is intentional, Coney, but you've seen him go from 90 to 94 on that fastball, and you can see it's not straight. There is some movement to it. You see swing and misses from a good lineup as the Mets got right now, hitting-wise. You know that it's good stuff out there on the mound.
So here's Dom Smith. Goes off speed, way out in front, 0-1. Smith struck out looking in the first inning. 1-1. Hit sharply, and oh, what a play by Estrada. He'll take the out at first. He took a base hit away from Smith as McNeil moves to second.
Yeah, Smith cannot believe it when you pull a ball to the right side with a man on, and you see because of the shift, Estrada was right there. What a play.
I believe he was airborne when the ball settled into his glove. Garcia likes it. Why wouldn't you?
Well, in a 1-0 game, a huge difference between first and third and 1 out for a young pitcher than 2 outs now and a man on second.
Here's Davis. Popped up. Long run for Kratz. He's there to make the play, and that will do it in the fourth. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Let's go to the fifth. It's 1-0 Yankees.
Dr. Owens, how you doing? It's Pete Alonso with the New York Mets. I just want to say thank you so much.
Bo Bichette drives this one into center field and gone. Bo Bichette, his first big league home run. His family here to celebrate. They saw his first hit. Now they've seen his first big league home run.
Unbelievable. Nelson Cruz.
There goes another one. He has done it again. His second 3-home run game. The man is on fire. That is driven out to deep left field. That is out of here. Big fly for Albert Pujols.
Purely magical for Pujols here at Busch Stadium.
That ball's popped up. Abraham Toro in foul territory, and the Astros have won the American League West for the 3rd consecutive year.
Meek deals. Base hit to right field. Here comes Richardson. Here's the throw from Markakis. Richardson is safe. Derek Jeter, where fantasy becomes reality.
The Kings 2-2. Here comes Scott.
And here's the playoff positioning, Bob, in the American League. The Yankees are 5th, and they have to play all 10 of their games still to come with the Blue Jays. So that's going to be interesting. The Blue Jays are playing pretty good baseball. Estrada takes a strike from Chasen Shreve. And the 5th inning is underway. Davey Garcia waited in front of the dugout for Estrada to give him a hearty congratulations on that great play in the 4th. Hyundai scoreboard, 1-0 Yankees, the only run on a Tyler Wade home run. That was in the 3rd inning. That's punched out to right center field. It is a base hit. Cutting over is Marisnik. He'll get the ball in, so a leadoff single for Estrada.
Well, this is the type of hitter Estrada is to me, a guy that can go out and use right center field, gap to gap, Every once in a while, he'll get a hanging slider and pop it out of the ballpark, but you'd love to see him, especially with his speed. And a lot of people don't realize that he runs the bases pretty well to be able to hit the ball out in the gap ahead of DJ LeMahieu.
Here's LeMahieu. LeMahieu is 1 for 2. Estrada leads off first, held by Smith. Fouled away. So the Yankees have to feel good about the two youngsters they had start the doubleheader. Michael King kind of got dinked and dunked, but pitched well. And Davy Garcia has been outstanding through 4. Driven out to left center field and deep. Going on the run is McNeil, and he'll make the play in the gap for the first out as Estrada heads back to first.
Again, off the bat, you thought this was going to be trouble, and this is what DJ LeMahieu does. His approach is to right center or right field, but you take a little bit off at an off-speed pitch, he will pull it.
So now Shreve against Voit, and these two guys are connected in Yankee history because the Yankees traded Shreve and Giovanni Gallegos to the Cardinals for Luke Voit and international bonus slot money. And that was on July 29th of 2018. Now, Gallegos is a pretty good pitcher. Shreve didn't really work out that great for the Cardinals, and well, the Yankees have to love their return with what Luke Voit has done. Voit is 0 for 2 in this game. Double play, ground ball, and a strikeout. Now, Estrada can run. In a short period of time with the Yankees last year, he was 4 for 4 in stolen bases. Oh. 1 and 2. So this is a 5th game of this 5-game series, and the two teams have split the first 4. Yankees have won the last 2, both in walk-off fashion. And now lead this one 1-0 in the 5th. Two and 2. Checks the swing. David Rackley said he did not go.
I'm on the hitter side there, Coney.
I'm with you. I'll give you that. Also got to send Estrada here. Estrada's got to be sent on this one. Stay out of a double play. Shreve, not much of a move to first. Quick to home, though.
Does not go. And that turns out to be the right choice as Voigt swings and misses. 2 away.
Remember watching Shreve with the Yankees. He loves to get ahead in the count and just go back to the off speed, and finally got Luke Voigt on a 3-2 outside the strike zone with that split fingered.
So here's the hero from game 1 with his shocking 2-run home run just over the wall and right against Edwin Diaz, tied the score at 7. Yankees came into the bottom of the 7th inning down by 5 and staged the most unlikely rally, helped by 2 errors by the youngster Andres Jimenez, who's really an outstanding glove man. Let's take a look at the home run, and it's brought to you by StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. So it's a home run in 3 of 30 ballparks, and it traveled 347 feet. The other 2 ballparks, Seattle and Houston, and then here. See if they give him the green light on 3-0. You've got Clint Frazier on deck. He does swing, kind of waves at a 3-0 pitch.
As a hitter, when you're swinging 3-0 and you zone in on that inside fastball, something you could really drive, you got to be so committed to that you take everything else. And you saw just kind of a weak hack because the ball was not where he wanted it.
Well, here comes Boone. And the athletic trainer to take a look at Hicks, see if something happened on that swing.
If you're Aaron Boone, you just hold your breath every time somebody steps out of the box or runs awkwardly. It just always seems to go the wrong way, but hopefully nothing going on here. I don't know if it was the pitch before or this. It looked like it was something in his bottom half, either his ankle or leg.
And he walked him. So Hicks works a walk. Estrada moves to second, and that'll bring up Frazier. And Boone's going to go out to first base to talk with Hicks. He's calling somebody out there. He wants to take Hicks out, but Hicks is resisting.
He's already made the move.
Yeah, that's it. So Gardner takes over at first base.
She's going to have to defer to Meredith Marakovitz once again. She's going to have to get down there and find it out. Just like always.
David, get down there. I'm not allowed below the 200 level. It'll be a Zoom call, but I'll still have all the details for you. I'll text you on your way home.
Love that. Don't feel that badly, Meredith. None of us could go to Paul's basement, so.
I'm sensing an end of the season road trip, Michael.
Clint Frazier takes a strike. Oh. 1-1. Fly ball. Marisnik makes the play, and that will do it. No runs a hit, and 2 men left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th.
Dr. Owens, how you doing? It's Pete Alonso with the New York Mets. I just want to say thank you so much.
Griffey going back to the 1-8 track, reach high in the air, and he's got it! An incredible catch by the kid! You just don't see him any better.
That is absolutely clobber. Good gosh, where is that going to land? Oh my, what a bomb from Aaron Judge.
He almost hit it out of the stadium.
All rise. Here comes the Judge. Goldie hits one out to deep right. Let's find out about that ovation. What's it gonna be? Take it in. 2-run bomb is 100th here at this ballpark.
Cano smacks one, deep right field. Forget it, that's in the second deck. Second of the night for Robinson.
Largest 5G network. This is what's up next for the Yankees. The Rays come to town for a 3-game set. In the last 22 games, the Rays have the best record in the majors at 18-4, including a sweep of the Yankees. They score 6 runs a game. See the home runs. The starters ERA 3.63, bullpen 4.22, and they have been ravaged by injuries to their pitchers, but still persevered in getting it done.
That offense has come alive for the Rays.
Gardner stays in center field. Here's Cano. That one is ripped to right field. It's a base hit. Oh, what a play by Frazier to cut it off and hold Cano to a single. An outstanding play by Clint Frazier.
Yeah, I tell you what, on the way to this ball, you know your beat as an outfielder, and you make your mind up, hey, if I go all out, I can knock this ball down, which he did. Great decision, great play by Frazier. Keep the double play in order. This ball was laced to start with, hit hard. Cano has hit some balls hard in both these games.
111 miles an hour off the bat of Cano, another rocket.
Hyundai scoreboard 1-0 Yankees. Here's Pete Alonso. You got to give some credit. You know, Frazier has worked on his defense. That was a big knock against him, and he has not made any mistakes while he's been up here, and obviously he's done the job offensively. Whoa. Missed with the breaking ball. Economical. About to throw his 50th pitch here in the 5th inning. Broken bat, looper into left center field. Coming on, Talkman. He'll make the play. Alonso's bat shattered for that first out.
.20 fastball. Challenges him and beats him.
So here's Rosario. And there's Alonso's bat, has a nice seat. Fouled away. Now, a quick word from Spectrum.
Spectrum Mobile. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Just $45.
The 0-1. Quickly ahead, 0-2.
You know, it's so funny just looking at Porcello, some of those guys over there in the stands. I remember, Coney, remember when they closed Yankee Stadium and we had to play over at Shea Stadium? Well, we had an inter-squad game, and Joe Torre asked Tino and I if we wanted to play, and we said, not really. We'll just wait for the real game. And we sat up in the bleachers that day, and you're just so not accustomed to being there and at that time to watch a game in a major league field. It was a weird experience.
Porcello's probably thinking, how did I lose that win in the first game?
Yeah, exactly.
One, two.
You know, the only thing I can equate that to, Paulie, is I went and sat in the bleachers one day after I retired with the bleacher creatures at the old stadium. That was a lot of fun. First time I'd ever done that.
Count full on Rosario. Rosario battling.
You know, Davey Garcia's fastball is a prime example, Michael, of the difference between velocity and perceived velocity. Combination of his deception, the way he hides the ball, the way he turns his body, and also the extension he gets. And then the spin rate. All of that combined makes that 92 play a lot higher.
Fly ball shallow right. Frazier's there for the second out.
Coney, the sound that it makes when you just have not, other than you see Robbie Cano, he laced one into right field, but how many broken bats, how many jam shots have there been And this is a team that's been hot hitting. So this hasn't like he's going through a team that's not swinging the bat well. And you just have not seen a lot of balls hit hard.
Here's Jake Marisnick. One and 0. Two 0.
See, 38 strikes out of those 59 pitches so far.
Slow roller up the third baseline, and they're going to let it roll. It's a base hit. So Marisnick with an infield single as Cano moves to second.
We saw Brett Gardner the other night hit a perfect bunt down the third base line, and a lot of fields are kind of tilted where these balls will roll foul, but not the new Yankee Stadium. Perfectly level. You see the ball does not have that spin to take it onto the dirt and go foul.
It thought about it and then made a quick right-hand spin. That time the spin rate was not good for Garcia. And here's Sanchez. Outside. Clips the outside corner, 1-1. Got a nice call there from Vanover. If you believe the box. One. 1-2.
Again, just the ability to get in on the hands of both lefties and righties. It just goes to show you, that ball must just be exploding at home plate. Guy's not able to get the bat head out.
Still 1-2.
Well, the scouting report on Davy Garcia coming up was also on the makeup side of things, the presence on the mound, matching the moment, not being overwhelmed. And you can just tell he just has an energy on the mound and a quiet confidence that is beyond his years and experience level. And that's really been consistent at every level he's hit, all the way up.
1-2. Blocked by Kratz. He rocketed through the system last year, and the only trouble he found was in AAA, but that's a big jump for a 20-year-old. 21 now. Two. Fouled away. Popped them up. Urshela. And 5 shutout innings for the 21-year-old Davy Garcia in his major league debut. 1-0 Yankees.
Goldie hits one out to deep right. Let's find out about that ovation. What's it gonna be? Take it in. 2-run bomb is 100th here at this ballpark. Back to back. Yes, yes, yes. 2 bombs, 2 pitches. 9-8 St. Louis.
Bases loaded and 1 out.
Oh my God!
Deep to right field, way up there and way out of here. Second deck walk-off home run.
The 3-1, and Acuna swings. It's a high drive to left center field. Taylor back at the wall. It is gone. A grand slam for Acuna. Cano smacks one deep right field. Forget it. That's in the second deck. Second of the night for Robinson Cano. Robinson Cano with his first career 3-home run game.
And Nelson Cruz continues to pound the baseball. Cruz with a drive to center.
Official hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees. Today's second picture of the day comes from Edgar. He and his family were able to catch a Yankee spring training game in Tampa this year, and they watch every game on Yes. Thank you, Edgar, and thank you to your family as well. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and post your picture to social media to reflect your love for the Yankees, and we might spotlight you in a future game. Montefiore scoreboard. Tyler Wade's home run is holding up. It's 1-0 Yankees as we move to the 6th. Shreve's still out there. He'll face Urshela, Talkman, and Kratz. Urshela with the game winner in the 8th inning of Game 1, scoring Talkman from second, giving the Yankees an 8-7 victory. 2-0. Three and 0.
Hard.
3-1. Urshela is 0 for 1 with a walk. No one up in the Yankee bullpen. And a walk to Urshela. And Drew Smith heating up for the Mets. Their bullpen right now is depleted. Oh and 1.
pretty good spotter. Drew Smith. I just saw number 42. I had no clue who that was.
Neither did I.
You know, it's funny. I was just thinking today, when Garcia, I mean, he gets to the major leagues, he's probably in the back of his mind thinking, what number are they going to give me? That's a normal thought. And all of a sudden you get to the ballpark and it's like, oh, I'm Jackie Robinson and Mariano Rivera today, huh? Number 42. It's like everybody else.
Yeah, Garcia would be wearing 83 if this was not a day when they were honoring Jackie Robinson. So if you want to go out and buy your Davy Garcia jersey, it says 83 on it. And Talkman down on strikes. One away. And here's Eric Kratz. Kratz 0 for 2. Now he's 1 for 3. He wraps a single to left field. Urshela moves to second. Well, not much more you could ask from Eric Kratz.
Absolutely. And the way he has handled Garcia behind the plate, the fastball right there, one of the harder balls he's hit since he's been here. That ball was just laced to left field. Sets up the Yankees with another opportunity with a runner in scoring position to try to cash in here and give Garcia a little more room.
So here's Wade. His home run, the only run in the game. Wade was the first batter that Shreve faced. He came in with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the fourth in relief of Lugo. And on the first pitch, Wade hit a pop-up to right field. See if they turn 2. There's 1. And they double up the speedy Wade for the final out of the 6th. Yankee strand 1 will go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 1-0 Yanks.
Dr. Owens, how you doing? It's Pete Alonso with the New York Mets. I just want to say thank you so much.
McGuire's on his way to third. He will score on yet another double by Bo Bichette, who has just doubled in his 9th consecutive game. Nobody has ever done that. And the merry-go-round continues. And a disaster for the Cardinals in the first inning. 5-0 Washington, first inning. 7-0 Washington.
Shohei Ohtani about to throw his first pitch. 23-year-old right-hander. Swing and a miss. What a pitch that was for Ohtani.
Ohtani, very impressive. His major league debut as a starter, he has done exceptionally well.
High pop, shallow center. Acuna is there, and the Braves are the Eastern champs again.
Bottom of the 6th inning. He's thrown 67 pitches, 6 strikeouts, has not walked a batter. And when he went up in class last year in the minor leagues, the walks increased, but not today. He's attacking the strike zone, getting ahead. And David, let's give you a quick synopsis on what you've seen from Davey so far.
Well, the adjustments that they've made with him have really paid off in my mind. He looks much freer and easier, and I'm talking about where he's starting on the rubber. Pitching from the first base side of the rubber was a big change that happened recently down in the extended camp, or whatever you want to call the camp down there, the alternative camp. And to me, he just, from what we saw in the summer camp, when he was kind of fighting his mechanics, to what we're seeing tonight is night and day. His stuff is exploding, his control much better, extension, everything across the board looks better.
Well, Jonathan Holder is up in the bullpen in case as the top of the Met order against the Yankees' 21-year-old. Ground ball to first. Oh, booted by Voit, and it trickles into foul territory. McNeil is going to go for 2, and he is going to make it. So that'll be a 2-base error on Voit.
Well, it looks like an easy out. Sometimes as a fielder, when you're going laterally, you actually hit your glove with your leg. Let's see how this is played. It's just not. He just came up and whiffed it. Ends up being a leadoff man on second base for the Mets.
Well, that scored a double. Now they changed it to an E3. There you go. That's the correct call. So a 2-base error on Voit, bringing Matt Blake out to the mound.
That will get the Yankee bullpen going with Jonathan Holder.
Now, how does the young man react to some adversity? Not his own fault. Conforto is 0 for 2. Urshela for the first out.
See Conforto, Paul. I mean, that's a fastball right down the middle, first pitch, and he's late and beat, and you can't believe it because the ball just jumped on him.
Mm-hmm. Again, you continue to say the same thing. This is a big out, but boy, I tell you what, you get a 2-base error to lead off. You get a big inning started, then you get Conforto, one of the National League's better hitters at the time, as a pop-up, and it's just he continues to impress you by not being scared by what's going on during the game.
So here's Dom Smith. Strike. Right in on the hands, foul back, 0-2.
Boy, he tied him up there. 2 consecutive fastballs inside. Coney, do you triple it up? You go to that breaking ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's pick your poison right now. He's got many options he could do. If you're going to go fastball, just keep chasing him inside and up.
Lined into left field. That is going to be a base hit. McNeil will round third. He will score. It's an RBI single for Smith, and we're tied at 1. So the error by Voit does end up hurting as Smith, with the clean single, knocks in the tying run.
Well, he always second-guess 0-2 hits, but Eric Kress wanted this ball in the dirt, and he got it up right over the middle of the plate. One of the few times he's missed a target all day. Dominic Smith having that type of year. Yeah, his hands just go inside the baseball. Drive it to left field.
There's Davis. Strike.
Dom Smith continues to impress on the Mets side. You just can't get him out of the lineup at this point. You know, you mentioned it before, Michael. I mean, when Cespedes opted out, it opened up more at-bats for Dom Smith, and that's been a blessing for the Mets. So you see Familia now warming up.
One and one. Can they turn two? There's one. And there's two. But the Mets tie it. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 big error, and nobody left on base. We go to the 7th.
Dr. Owens, how you doing? It's Pete Alonso with the New York Mets. I just want to say thank you so much.
Third home run of the game for Mookie Betts.
In the history of baseball, 3 men have done this 6 times. Johnny Mize, Sammy Sosa, and now Mookie Betts.
First strikeout of the day for Verlander. Called third strike. Swing and a miss. They get 3 in a row. Verlander all of a sudden picking up some strikeouts. Justin looking for his 20th win of the year. Halfway home, Astros leading 4-2.
It's out of here! Number 50, Pete Alonso, only the second rookie in Major League history to hit 50 home runs in a season. He hit one out of sight into the Ohio night.
Here's the pitch. Swinging a hard hit ball inside third, base hit down the left field line. Mazzara gets the third. Adrian going to second. He's got a double for 3,000.
This one to the gap. Trey Turner. Another cycle against the Rockies. And this one's at home.
I'm telling you, man, there's some special things going on in the district, folks. Moncada, Rondell, Abreu, and now Jimenez.
This is brought to you in part by FW Web, the official plumbing, heating, cooling, and PVF supplier to the New York Yankees. Well, this double play ended the inning. And Davy Garcia knows that he was more than impressive in his 6th inning Major League debut. He gets a congratulations from Aaron Boone, Phil Nevin with a handshake, and this is really nice. Shows you how much Kratz cares about Garcia, but a really warm, sincere hug right there. That's outstanding.
All the feels.
Yep. And as Familia was warming up, the Mets take J.D. Davis, I think, off the field. Now, the previous half inning, he went up and and jumped for a ball and came down kind of funny. And we have a kind of a wide replay on that. I don't know if we can tell for sure, and we're just guessing here. But there he is right there. It comes down, and then he goes down, as you can see in the shortstop area. And you can see Dominic Smith with his hands on his head, like he can't believe that he just threw the ball, and there you go. He goes down. And so he tried to take some grounders this inning. And when he comes back out, the Mets saw that something was up, and they took him off the field. So we're assuming that that's it.
Yeah, he stayed down for a while after that. We were watching in between innings and kind of wondering what the heck happened. But he's out of the game now.
And Jimenez, who had a rough 7th inning in the first game, he'll take over at third base. And as we mentioned, Familia will take over on the mound. Shreve did a good job in relief of Lugo. And Ford is pinch hitting for Estrada. Just a reminder, this is the final inning unless there are extras. Doubleheaders are 7-inning affairs. Cadillac scoreboard 1-1. So there are the changes for the Mets. That's how their defense lines up. Fly ball shallow left. McNeil. 1 down. '15th game for Familia.
You know, after doing 5 games over the weekend, Mike, I thought it was his 15th game this weekend. I mean, there's certain guys you don't like. I'm sitting here watching him, sick of seeing the same pictures, but this is the way it's got to be in these doubleheaders when you're playing 5 games in 3 days.
Grounded to Cano. And he'll get LeMahieu for the second out. And that's going to bring up Voit. Now, Voit wants to do well all the time, but you know he has extra incentive now after that error that allowed the tying run to get on base. He'd love to hit one out here and give Garcia a chance at a win in his major league debut.
Yeah, Michael, you're right. Those kind of plays, they eat at you as a player. You just know how much it means, you know, to especially Garcia making his first start. You know, was it intentional? No. Do you make mistakes? Absolutely. But they do eat at you as a major league player to try to make up for
them. So quickly ahead, 0-2.
I know you mentioned this before, Michael, but it kind of bears repeating as a reminder. And I just kind of reminded myself, you know, that the Mets are the home team here. I mean, they're going to bat last, rather. As we are in the top of the 7th here in a 7-inning game.
Grounded in the hole and knocked down by Rosario. He can't make the play, so Voit will reach and give Gardner at bat.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough play. I would assume that Luke Voit will get a single on this. This is a backhand play, and he was kind of hidden. by Jimenez at third there, in between both of them.
We find out just now that Aaron Hicks left the game with cramping in both calves. The official scorer has not made a decision yet on that ground ball by Voigt. Now it's scored an E6.
That's surprising. That's going to be a tough play to come up and throw all the way across your body, across the field.
And Gardner skies one to center field. Marisnik is there, and that will do it here in the seventh. No runs, no hits, one error, one man left. We go to the bottom of the seventh. 1-1 game.
Masks, sanitizer, safety measures, big props. Oh.
Here it is, and it's swung on, and it gets away from the catcher. That's number 3,000. Verlander, the 18th pitcher in Major League history to reach 3,000. And everybody on the top step in the dugout.
Liner to center, into center field. And Sogard breaks up the no-hitter. Slow roller, here comes Buxton. And he's safe, and the Twins win the game.
All right. There's a flare out to right field, and there it is. Hit number 3,000 for Albert Pujols. The fourth player in Major League Baseball history with at least 600 home runs and 3,000 hits. Kershaw's 0-2. He strikes him out and passes Sandy Koufax, alone in third in the Dodger all-time list.
I have a feeling he's going to end up on top in almost every category.
Here comes the hook. He ties the Major League record. Unbelievable.
Jonathan Villar brings in 3 on a scorcher. That home run was the 6,106th home run. That is a new Major League record for home runs in a season.
This one's hit tomorrow night. The Yankees kick off a crucial 3-game set right here at Yankee Stadium against their AL East rivals, the Tampa Bay Rays, who have won 5 in a row. Live coverage starts at 6 with outing batting practice today and the DraftKings pregame right here on Yes. Bottom of the final scheduled inning coming up, bottom of the 7th. Mets will face Jonathan Holder. Davey Garcia, Major League debut, 6 innings, did not allow an earned run. Rang up 6 strikeouts and did not walk a batter. Not too bad.
That might be the most impressive part. No walks.
Mercer takes over at short. Wade moves over to second because Estrada was pinch hit for by Ford. Cadillac scoreboard 1-1, bottom of the 7th.
You're talking about the end of this game and the big series coming up. You know, the big series out in the American League West today postponed because of some COVID-19 things. So you wonder how, last thing, the Oakland A's, as good as they're playing, is to take a break. You wonder how long this is going to last.
There's a line on Garcia. Yes, the A's had 1 positive COVID test, so they called the game off and postponed it. There's a strike to Cano from Jonathan Holder. Mets trying to split this doubleheader. Remember, this is the bottom of the inning. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Powered it right by him. Cano down on strikes.
Great sequence.
Impressive job. Yeah, really. Ball out of the strike zone. Robbie Cano got behind in the count, and obviously him leading off as a dangerous hitter. A big out for Holder.
There's Pete Alonso. He has had 2 fly balls to left. Grounded to third. Urshela gets Alonso for the second out. And that brings up Ahmed Rosario.
Look at a Rosario, only 3 home runs, but you remember the third, and that was off Chapman the other night as a game winner, walk-off. So still got to make your pitches.
Fly ball, right field. Frazier is there. And it's time for free baseball. Another extra inning affair. Put a free runner at second, too. We'll start it in a moment.
That ball's drilled. Give him 3. George Springer, a line drive home run. He has been all the offense today. The Astros lead it 4-2. Springer's first ever 3 home run game.
That is driven to deep left field. He's out of here. Big fly for Albert Pujols.
Purely magical for Pujols here at Busch Stadium.
And they're going to wave him around. The throw misses a cutoff man. Shoulder to the plate. And the plate, Derek Jeter with one of the most unbelievable plays you will ever see by a shortstop. The Brewers down to their final strike here in the 9th. Bader going back, watches it. Goal! Yes! A grand slam!
Home special, which was taped back in June. You'll get a walk down memory lane with many of the key participants of the 2000 World Series, including Jorge Posada and former Mets manager Bobby Valentine. Plus, see a special musical performance from Bernie Williams and the boss, Bruce Springsteen. And it's Drew Smith, put on the roster before the game, as Matz and Betances were put on the IL, and the Mets could add an extra player to make it 29 because of the doubleheader. So Drew Smith will pitch the 8th inning, and the Yankees will start with Brett Gardner at second base. So they have speed as a gift at second base to start extra innings. So the Yankees looking to sweep this doubleheader. The Mets are trying to salvage a split.
Some former teammates out there having a little conversation. Guardy's the last guy left that was a teammate of Cano, I believe.
And they won a ring together in 2009. 1-1 game. Here's Clint Frazier against Drew Smith. Now, last year, the percentage of innings with a run scored, bases empty, nobody out, team scored 29% of the time. Runner at second, nobody out, team scored 61% of the time. Two and 0. The 2-0. 3-0. So Smith throws hard. That was 96 miles an hour, but hasn't thrown a strike yet. And Urshela, one of the heroes from game one, he's on deck. Check the swing, ball 4. So I walk to Frazier. He's been on base twice today. And that brings up Urshela.
Could tell by the way Clint Frazier took that pitch 3-0 that he was clearly swinging. And ball not to his liking, took it for ball 4.
Two walks for Urshela today. He's 0 for 1, struck out. High fly ball. Left field, McNeil back on the track. In front of the wall, he makes the catch. Both runners tag. The throw to third, not in time. So a productive out as the Yankees have runners on second and third with one man out.
Gio Urshela just missed putting this game a long way ahead with a 3-run homer, but just got under it enough to keep it in the ballpark. But good reads by Brett Gardner. You see kind of a hanging breaking ball. Just leaned out a little bit too much to drive this ball at all.
Well, now the Mets are forcing Boone's hand. They intentionally walk Talkman to load the bases with Kratz due up. And Boone is going to follow up with Gary Sanchez pinch hitting for Eric Kratz. You know, Boone was asked after the game, the first game, is Gary pressing? He said, this is a hard game. He said, when you struggle, it does start to affect you. It's hard to say that you don't get affected by it. And you can see Gary Sanchez is not the same hitter that he is when he's locked in. He's far from locked in, but a big opportunity now to get a big hit.
It certainly is. These are the at-bats that can turn your year around. I mean, this at-bat right here, you get a good pitch and drive a couple runs in as a game winner. You feel much better about yourself as a hitter.
Now, in yesterday's game, they elected to stay with Kratz, and they felt that with a runner on third and one out, Kratz would be able to get down a safety squeeze. It all meant nothing as Betances uncorked a wild pitch and the winning run scored. But a 1-0 count on Sanchez. Bases loaded in the 8th. Foul back. Now, we told you about that in the first game, Paul. That would be called a middle pitch, and he fouled it back. He's been doing that all year to those pitches.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Even tougher coming off the bench. But look, middle, belt high, just a ball that you are accustomed to see Gary Sanchez just hammered.
Two and one. And we said in the first game, up to this year in his career, he's hit about 370 on those pitches. This year, he hasn't had a hit. I think there's been 32 of them this year. 32 quote-unquote meatballs. The 2-1. Now 2-2.
Well, again, 2 pitches in this at bat, middle, 195, 196. And coming off the bench is difficult, but balls that you can handle as a hitter. And I don't know what's going to happen this at bat, but he's had 2 consecutive, 2 really good pitches to hit to this point.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded, top of the extra inning, the 8th inning. And Sanchez pinch hitting for Kratz. And he calls time. Driven deep to left center field. Going back, McNeil looking up. See ya. Oh, did he need that? A huge pinch hit grand slam for Gary Sanchez. And the Yankees lead 5-1.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, you feel good for this guy. Aaron Boone put him in a position against Smith that he thought he'd get a fastball. This fastball actually up out of the strike zone. I guess that's the case. You swing at balls and you drive one a mile for a huge grand slam for the Yankees.
Tyler Wade takes high. That's Sanchez's second career grand slam. He knew it, and he admired it, and he savored it. Into the bleachers.
As if to say to us up here, Michael, I got your meatball right here. 108 miles an hour, 453 feet.
.453 feet. And miles of exhale. Foul back. That is Sanchez's first career pinch hit home run. Strike 3, Wade down looking. Paul, why don't we go through the pitch by pitch for the at bat for Sanchez?
Well, if you look at this at bat, the importance of not being able to throw his breaking ball for a strike. You see a slider off the plate, a missed fastball right there. But then right there, that tells you that you're going to get fastballs. He got to 2-2. The and then it was far enough. See you later. What a great play for Gary Sanchez.
Jordy Mercer in his first at bat fouls it back, 0-1. You talk about rallying late. You know, the Yankees ended up winning the game in game one, but they made the Mets use their high leverage relievers, and the Mets didn't have those guys in this inning in this game other than Familia. They couldn't use Diaz again. They couldn't use Wilson. They pushed Jared Hughes to a third straight outing. And now you have to go with Drew Smith, who just came on the roster today in a big moment in extra innings. That's the Yankees' first pinch hit grand slam since Stephen Drew did it on April 13th of 2015 at Baltimore, and that was a game winner in the seventh. So 3-2. High fly ball. Shallow left. Rosario's there. And that'll do it. Gary Sanchez has had a miserable season, just missing pitch after pitch. But he did not miss this pitch from Drew Smith. Pinch hitting for Eric Kratz. He takes it to the bleachers in left center. A monster blast to give the Yankees a 5-1 lead.
At the wall, up and oh! He caught it! He caught it! Unbelievable catch! Stevie Wilkerson, one of the greatest catches you will ever see.
Noldo kicks and comes home. The first pitch is hit in the air to right center field. Harper on the run, won't get there. This one's up the alley for a hit. Robles now thinking about third. Harper airmailing it all the way to third. The tag by Bronco, and he's out.
And we'll let you listen as CeCe will come off the mound for the final time here in the regular season for the Yankees. 11 years of great work by Sabathia in pinstripes, and you'll listen to the crowd give him some love.
The 2-2. The 2019 Yankees have just become the first team to homer in 28 straight games.
Yes, studio team brings you highlights, analysis, clubhouse reactions, and the manager's report, plus a preview of tomorrow's series opener against the Rays. Garrett Cole will get the start. That's all happening right here on Yes. Runner on second for the Mets. That is Rosario, as Jake Marisnick takes a ball from Jonathan Holder in his second inning of work. So Gary Sanchez hits the Yankees' 23rd pinch hit grand slam in their history. First one ever in extra innings, though. And there's a strike. And Sanchez takes over behind the plate. He had pinch hit for Kratz. 2-1.
Michael, we should give credit where credit is due. And, we talked about the strategy and Aaron Boone and the way he's handled these situations and putting Gary Sanchez in that spot right there. What a big payoff. See how it goes from here on out. If that gets Gary going, he already looks like a different guy back there. And also what he talked about after the game. Yeah, excuse me, Paul, but also what he said after the game in terms of this is a hard game. Sometimes we forget that, Paulie. Up here it's easy in the booth.
I agree 100%. And I loved his comments about, this game will drag you down when you're doing bad. But if you look what he did, he put him in a matchup that, Smith, a hard thrower with a, fastball, which is where you want Gary Sanchez. And he didn't have the ability to throw his breaking ball over. So it was an all fastball and at bat, and he caught up with one.
Five-1 Yankees. They're looking for the sweep. Swing and a miss. Marisnik strikes out. One away. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees.
The ball upstairs just a little late. And I tell you what, Holder, if he can hold this out, Michael, to the point that we talked about in game one, Aaron Boone not liking to use his relievers 3 days in a row, you wouldn't have to worry about Chapman, Ottavino. You could go home with a sweep, which would be an unbelievable day for the Yankees.
Guillorme pinch hits for Sanchez and fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. One and one. To get through a doubleheader, starting two rookie pitchers, one making a major league debut, with your high leverage relievers unavailable, that would be a big, big day for the New York Yankees with the Rays coming in.
Just a remarkable turnaround, and well said, Michael. I mean, the Yankees were staring at maybe potentially getting swept today in this doubleheader and losing 4 out of 5 to the Mets this weekend. And now all of a sudden looking to be on the top end, taking 3 out of 5.
So the count full on Guillorme. McNeil on deck. Drew Smith alone with his thoughts. And Guillorme walks. So pinch hit, walk, putting runners on first and second for McNeil.
Coney. I don't know if you've noticed, but McNeil's got the old school type of bat, no handle on it. Remember the old days of Dick McAuliffe and some of the guys that used to choke up on the bat. There's absolutely no knob at the end of the bat, and it just brings back a lot of memories from when I was little.
Yeah, former Met Rusty Staub, the Grand L'Orange.
Yeah.
With that style.
Foul back.
Well, McNeil's got a little throwback in him, Paulie. He's that kind of player and very versatile for these Mets. And second base, left field, all over the map. Wakes up out in the morning just rolling out of bed, ready to get a hit, swinging the bat. Luis Sessa backing up, getting ready.
He warmed up in the first game. Kratz had another great game behind the plate. Grounded to first. Boyd goes to second for one. That's all they'll get. As Rosario moves to third. And McNeil replaces Guillorme at first.
Okay, Michael, I just got an interesting text as you watch another one out closer to finishing these games off. Luke Voigt across the diamond, gets the out. So this is an interesting question, and I hope you can answer it. So does the runner from second, who starts at the extra inning, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he scores, does that go to an earned run to the pitcher?
No.
It
It's as
does
if
not.
he got on
Okay.
It's an RBI to the batter, but it goes as he reached base essentially on a non-existent error.
Right. Okay. Didn't seem fair to me.
Strike to Conforto. And the 0-1. Mets down to their final strike. There he is, Davy Garcia. The story will be Gary Sanchez, but the way Garcia pitches is right behind it. Just outstanding. 6 innings, no earned runs, didn't walk a batter. That's impressive for anybody, but a 21-year-old making his major league debut, he didn't seem as if the moment was too big for him.
Nothing lights up a fan base more than a young starting pitcher coming up with promise and then coming through.
Line drive into left center field. It's going to dunk in there for a base hit. So that will score Rosario. The Mets are still alive as Conforto picks up an RBI single. It's 5-2 Yankees. And that brings up Dominic Smith now as the tying run.
Conforto, tough night against Garcia earlier, and he comes up big here with a base hit to left field to keep the Mets' hopes alive.
And that brings up the guy who leads the Mets by 7 ribbies with 25 runs batted in. And he didn't play a lot in the first couple of weeks. So this is who they would want up at the plate with a chance to tie.
Coney, you got to go through this at bat pitching. Now, your only objective, obviously, is to get an out, but you have to do it by not allowing him a pitch to take out of the ballpark. How do you keep the ball in the ballpark pitching to Smith?
Well, yeah, I would not give in. I mean, you've got a base open. You've got a 3-run lead. You've got 2 outs. This is not a guy I want to mess with at all.
And it's a base hit to right field. McNeil will stop at third. Frazier throws home. Now the Mets, it's a little bit of a tough break for them. It's not Davis coming up. It's Jimenez, but they're going to send up a pinch hitter. It's going to be Wilson Ramos. So now the tying runs are on base for the Mets. The potential winning run is at the plate in the person of Wilson Ramos pinch hitting for Jimenez. And this is an Aaron Boone trip, not a Matt Blake trip. As Boone is going to the bullpen. Game's on the line. Yankees lead 5-2.
Masks, sanitizer, safety measures, big props. Oh.
Max Scherzer, high heat. 3 from 20. That's the record.
They're all on their feet at Nationals Park.
Swing and a miss! 20 strikeouts for Max Scherzer. Holiday is 1 strike away. The 0-2. A bouncer. Ruiz. In time! Roy Halladay has thrown a no-hitter.
Hit well. Zolak going back to the track. Gone! Wow! Happy birthday, Trouty! Unreal. Unbelievable. That's his 5th home run on his birthday.
Cespedes bobbles the ball, and Kendrick is around third. The throw to the plate, the tag out of the plate. Are you kidding me? Made an almost impossible throw.
What an unbelievable throw by Yoenis Cespedes.
Garcia digging for third. Here's the long throw and the tag, and he is out.
FC battles the New England Revolution in a showdown at Gillette Stadium. Catch it streaming live at 7:30 on Fox Sports Go and after Yankees coverage on Yes.
Oh, I just want to break into song at that shot right there.
Beautiful.
You don't want to hear me sing, though.
I'd love to.
When the moon hits the sky like a big pizza pie.
Luis Cessa will try to get this very difficult final out. Bases loaded. Mets down by 3. Bottom of the 8th, extra innings. And Wilson Ramos pinch hitting for Jimenez. Mets looking for their own pinch hit grand slam right here. So the Yankees starting catcher on the bench in the second game came up, pinch hit a grand slam. Now the Mets starting catcher on the bench coming up, bases loaded, looking for the same thing. Did he go? No. So 2-0. And on deck is the very dangerous Robinson Cano. There's a strike, 2-1.
A lot has to do with Cano being on deck.
That's down to their final strike. McNeil at third, Conforto at second, Dom Smith at first, Ramos at the plate, 2-2 count, 2 outs. Just misses the outside corner, and the count is full. So that's going to release the runner. So something in the gap or down the line is going to tie the game. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. As the Yankees sweep a doubleheader, 8-7 game 1, 5-2 game 2. They've won 3 in a row, and they head into the series against the Rays on a little bit of a high, and a big moment, Paul, for that guy, Gary Sanchez.
No doubt about it. There's a few things that happened today that might, you never know, that might turn this season around. One of them right there, Garcia, but Gary Sanchez, a huge pinch hit and a huge comeback in game 1. Just an unbelievable day for the Yankees.
And David, I know you love the way Garcia pitched.
Yes, I mean, a huge lift for the fan base. I mean, we've heard about him. He's one of their top prospects. Boy, he came through, and the adjustments we've seen him make. Wow, he leaves you wanting to see more.
So a doubleheader sweep on a Sunday in New York. The Yankees take the Subway Series 3-2. And Sanchez with the big pinch hit grand slam. We'll come back to wrap it up in the postgame after that.